All right, so I'm going to give you the rules on the verse competition. Come on. For week 1, 2, and 3, we've got 5 verses for each week, and there are 5 points plus 1 for each verse. So those 5 points are basically, if you get it word perfect for the whole verse, then you get those 5 points. And if you tell me what the verse is good for, or a situation where you would use the verse, then you get that extra point for a total of 30 possible points. So let's say that you're going along in 1 Peter or 2 Peter 3:9, and you're like, oh, I know it, but you just can't come up with it. And you say, hey, give me a word. Then that's fine. You still get 4 points if you have a word perfect minus that. So anywhere along the process, let's say you're in Exodus 34:7, and you're like, I don't even remember how to start this thing, and they give you 2 or 3 verses, you can still get some points. You would, let's say, I need three words, and then you get the rest of the verse. Well, then you can still get 3 points. So did that kind of one, because we want to make sure we understand this is why we are memorizing this particular verse, and make sure we have that. So total available for the required verses is 90 points. Moving on to at that point, before I get into the optional verses, at that point, if you say, hey, I'm done, I did the required verses, I don't want to do any further, that's fine. You can duck out, and we'll keep going with those who have done the optional verses. Optional verses, again, 4 tiers, and then a tiebreaker. Tiebreaker is going to have a little bit of a different layout as far as rule set, but very similar to the required, where you're going to have 5 points, and if you miss a word, you get 4 points. If you need a word, you get 4 points, and so on. Total is about 96 with these 4 tiers. The tiebreaker, oh, and I almost forgot, if you get tier 1 down, then you get $5 cash. You get, and this is cumulative, if you get tier 2 down, you get $10 cash. The tiebreaker will kind of go like this. It's 24 total verses, and for every verse that you get a point. If you miss a word, no big deal. You miss 2 words, you don't get the point for that verse. So let's say we still have some competitors, they're coming down, there's 2 or 3 of them, and they've got pretty close score all the way down. Then we're gonna go into the tiebreaker verse, and it'll come down to overall points. First prize is $100 cash. Second prize is a custom hoodie design by Shannon and myself, with help from you, of course. Third prize is a $20 gift card to a local coffee shop, wherever you are local to. Now, Taylor's been on me about changing the color of my hair, so we came up with a little challenge here, where if 5 people can meet this criteria here, Taylor gets to pick my haircut and the color of my hair. And that's a little concerning for me. But if you get 75 points from the required verses, which is basically you have every single verse down pat, but you miss a word every single time, then that's 75. And you also get 65 points total out of all the optional verses. Then she gets to pick the haircut and the color. The 65 points, if you get tier 1, 2, and 3 perfectly, you're home free. But if you're shooting for Taylor's challenge, I would recommend memorizing a few verses in tier 4, 1 or 2 verses, just to get some extra points. In case, let's say I forget this verse and you lose those points. You don't want to be out of the running for that sweet, sweet white or lilac, whatever she's gonna dye my hair. But yeah, I wish you the best. Hope you win. Those are the deets. See you soon.